Okay, good evening. It is Monday, January 29th, 2024, here at precisealgorithmtrading.com. And let's go with trial number two for these videos. Doing a couple things. Uh, well, let's dive right in here to the automated trading systems. And let's talk about this is the Dow futures. For recently, we've been on a pullback. Our trades are here for today. So a lot of red, but if you look back here, I mean, ultimately we're going up. But this is just hopefully a short-term pullback. Our Russell is still climbing, looks good. An update today, 129. There's only one trade, so that's a good one. And the NASDAQ is pulling itself up out of this. So that's a bullish day today, and or I should say, a win today, 129. So you come up all the way up here, and mostly winners and three losers, and that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 trades. Now, built something over the last few weeks that's the same instrument with different parameters. And this is what it looks like on that 6-month basis. And it had a losing day today, but not very much. And if you look here, 129, it doesn't look like very much on the chart, but there's a lot of losing there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Also 10 trades. And I'm just trying to decide, is this a better chart or a better uh, equity curve than this is? And I don't think so. I think they're pretty close. Let's look at this one again. This one in the last quarter, the last 6 months, got as high as 90 grand and or almost. And this one I got up to 180. And at the end of all the trading, this is the equity curve we've been running with this giant long pullback that's been going on for a few months, which is, it's still it's a great looking equity curve. Almost gets up to 500 grand. And this is the other one. A lot more even, less drawdown, and there's actually fewer days in between uh, the dips. Doesn't quite get as high, but um, in the scheme of things, I think this is going to be a potentially, well, they're both good. So um, I'm evaluating, and that's just what I'm doing personally. So, by the way, that's the same period of time, 10/30/2022 and 9/28. So that is a little bit different. That's got another month's worth of data in it. So that'd be interesting to look at with exactly the same run. Um, anyways, that's the type of things that we work on here. Let's jump over to the indexes and take a look at what's going on in the markets. This is the S&P 500, and it's still going higher. In the it is just defying gravity here. However, I do think at this point I can duplicate that drawing and drag it up here. And that would be parallel to this line. And I would say that's going to be your upper resistance. However, I mean, none of this resistance is really resisted very much, other than these are, they're not big candles and they're not going very far when they do go. So, um, but that's where we're at right now. It's the market wants to go higher, and we do have like the MACD is going higher, and the stochastics down here is it's in the upper reversal zone, but it's also still green. So, and I'm messing with some stuff here in the middle with some older systems and tying them together with some newer things. So, anyways, that's what the S&P today went up 36 points or 0.76%. The Dow today went up 224 points, and it's pressing up against its upper line here, upper two average true ranges. The Russell is breaking out higher. That is a potential buy signal for the Russell. Let's back this out a little bit. This is the exchange traded fund for the Russell 2000. And so the Russell went up 1.75% today. And this is really nice. You get a buy signal here and confirmation here and a buy signal here. And I would expect this to actually pull back a little bit tomorrow and get people where they don't want to necessarily buy like that. But that is a kind of a classic thing, unless it just runs away from there and then people will chase it and then it'll probably pull them underwater. But this market looks pretty dang strong for, I've been expecting it to pull back for weeks. And tomorrow is Fed Day, so we'll jump into that in a minute. Um, let's look at, that was the S&P and the Russell and the Dow, and here's the NASDAQ. Same kind of thing. For what it's worth, this other uh, tool here draws automatic support and resistance, or basically it just locks in the two edges of where price is right now. And it's all it's doing is showing a potential um, for it could go get bound up in here in resistance in the red zone, and we get an arrow down. It could be a potential to come all the way down here to the green, which is a trading system in and of itself. Just I don't find it. I get a lot of edge from it, so I only use it kind of for just to know it's there. I can turn it off so it's just not even in the way, but yeah, I tend to use it. So, and you can see it's on the hourly chart over here as well. And if I actually pull this up, uh, maybe not. There's usually a corresponding green level somewhere, and I just don't see it here. So that's kind of weird. That's the NASDAQ, which went up today 1.12%. This is what the regular NASDAQ looks like, not the futures. There you go. There's the green zone down here with the NASDAQ being up here. Uh, and oil today. What did oil do? So it had a pullback. This is the futures, so it's starting to draw tomorrow's candle. Let's go to the actual ETF. So we've pulled back here. We've broken that zone to the upside, and we've got, I mean, clearly a change in polarity. Now it's just a question of will it hold. Okay, gold, GLD. As much as it appears, I think gold's, it's almost anybody's guess which way it wants to go here. It is a green candle, but it is fighting itself. I mean, it's like trying to go up and down, so it just ends up being a mess here. But there's an awful lot of reasons to look at this and think it wants to break out higher, even though the higher highs and higher lows look like they're petering out. So um, I'm gonna mostly stay away from it unless I get something that's a little bit stronger to get in. Let's move to just looking to see if there's anything noteworthy. There is actually Apple is Apple's such a big popular stock that it's nice to just keep an eye on it. I really Apple, Microsoft, Facebook, Google, Netflix, um, and Tesla. Keep your eye on those and see what they're doing because like right here, this is earnings coming up for Apple. So I was uh, profitable in Apple, so I just got out today um, because I just don't want to mess around with earnings. Earnings can take it either direction, and I don't, there's no reason to lose if you're already up. So that's what I did with that one. Let's look at Tesla just because the other day it fell off it fell off for earnings, and it's looking rough. Let's look at Microsoft. Microsoft and Apple, from what I read, are in a contest to see who can be the biggest stock as far as um, mega caps go. And that one's got earnings tomorrow. Yeah, 1:30 after market. So glad I'm not in it, just because, like I say, I don't personally like to hold through earnings. There's ways to play the market through earnings. I just have never gotten comfortable with my own system for that. All right, that's enough for. Let's look at this. The transports. Also defying gravity, really. It looks like it wants to pull back, but it just keeps fighting its way up. So that's pretty cool. Let's go to the internet real quick. And I'm going to drag this down. We're going to go to Econoday real quick. So econoday.com is I'm sure they have paid resources, but this is a free tool. Go here to view full calendar, and you can see, you can keep up with like things that might move the market. And that's what their little red tags, little green tags. And so Tuesday, FOMC meeting begins. The Federal Open Market Committee, I think that's what that stands for. So that's where they decide on banker at the Fed funds rate for interest rates. And then on Wednesday at 1 p.m., 2 p.m., sorry, Eastern time, is when they announce the rates. So This is where you get that kind of information. I'm sure you can get it in a number of other places, but this is really nice just because it's all here. You can see jobless claims here. That happens, I don't even know, once a month, I think, and all the things that might move the markets. At the same time, I don't look at all this stuff a whole lot because I believe most things are baked into the price of the stock market. Let's look at here. This is the stockcharts.com, and we'll look at the bullish percent indexes and get out of here. The industrials today didn't move. The NYA up 0.18% in a column of O's. The transports didn't move. The NASDAQ up 0.68% in a column of O's. The S&P 500 up 0.58% in a column of O's. The OEX didn't move in a column of O's. And the INDX in a column of X's didn't move today. And that's my review for the day. So until next time, take care, guys. Good trading and have a great evening.